Howdy howdy, this is Craig Grinding back again with an arena cutoff video for Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I cover my thoughts for the Round 1 Havok and Yondu arenas. So as always, the first thing I always like to do is group these arenas compared to past arenas, so I can do a quick trend analysis based off of those past arena results. So when it comes to the feature champs, feature arenas, usually there's just two types, new and old. And with Havok, obviously, he's a new champ. And then with 4-star basic Yondu, there's three types of categories really when it comes to the 4-star basic arena. It's either high interest, low interest, or medium interest. And I think with Yondu, even though he's a decent champ, he's been in the game for some time now, and based off of what we've seen for other champs that kind of fit in that criteria, they kind of have that low interest number in terms of arena grinding anyway. But so now that I've got them categorized, let's take a look at some of the past recent results for these categories, starting first with that 4-star basic low interest group. Here you can see basically we're dealing with 1.7, 1.8, something around there. Most recently with Yellow Jacket and Electro, you're looking at 1.67, 1.65. So, you know, we're right around 1.7, 1.8. Those are the numbers we're seeing. Now when it comes to new champs, 3-star feature, we've been seeing that number kind of plateau or kind of, you know, balance out around that 1.3, between 1.3 and 1.4 million. With 4-star feature, and this doesn't include Diablo with the 4-star feature, because those were some really awkward numbers when it comes to new champs, the 4-star feature. The Diablo arena almost was like a old champ. I mean, it was really ridiculous how low those numbers were. So I kind of throw them out. I really think that's really an exception and not going to be the case. We're going to see even for decent champs or somebody we're not even sure is going to be a good champ. I don't think we're going to see those Diablo numbers for some time. So with that being the case, I think you know, these numbers, you can see outside of Aegon, there was a lot of interest for Aegon. They've kind of, you know, been around that 10 to 12 million mark for new champs. And then with the 5-star feature, again, Aegon really kind of pushed the numbers up. So when there's kind of a low interest that we saw for Night Thrasher in 43, then as you get some more interest, you're getting the 59 million as well as 69 million that we saw for Thing most recently. And one of the things I always like to do to get a gauge of what the community's feeling is ask you all, what do you guys think the numbers are going to be? Where do you think the cutoffs are going to be? So I always put a poll out there on my channel, so I appreciate everybody who takes the time to vote, and especially those who also put some comments behind their vote. But anyway, you can see out of 431 folks who took the time to vote, folks thinks Havok's going to be kind of in the middle of the road of 50 to 55 to 60 million kind of thing, probably more closer to that 50 to 55 million range. And when I look at some of the comments, Melvin Banks here, I think the excitement for a different potential powerful champion, along with the hopes Cyclops becomes usable and the disappointment from Diablo gets the old arena juices flowing. So definitely Melvin thinks he's going to be, you know, in that 50 plus kind of range. But then on the other side, you got Kyle here. It's not Aegon or Darkhawk or Thing, no hype. Game has gone cold. Everybody's waiting for another Fantastic Four member. 45 to 50, maybe even lower than 45. So Kyle's definitely thinking on the lower end. And then John Alvin comes back and says, hey, remember, there's no more bots in the arena, so possibly 25 to 30 million. So John may be kind of guessing now that there's, you know, more and more accounts without, you know, that don't have the bots running, the arena bots running, as they get suspended from the game by Kabam. Maybe that's going to push those big numbers that we're seeing, you know, with a Thing and Aegon, etc. Maybe those numbers were just bot driven kind of thing. So anyway, that may be the case, but I don't know. We'll see. I think this will be a good indicator. I definitely think with Mr. Sinister, that'll definitely be a good gauge to see if it was really bots driving for really high interest champs. I think while Havok may have some interest, I think with Mr. Sinister we'll see a ton of interest. But anyway, that's for another day, another arena cutoff video. Sticking here with Havok and Yondu. Based off of this information and the trend analysis, here are my thoughts for the round 1 cutoff for the veterans bracket, meaning your account's been over for 61 days. I think for the 5-star feature Havok, the cutoff will be around 51 million. I think we're looking at 11 million for the 4-star feature and 1.7 million for the 4-star basic Yondu and 1.35 for the 3-star feature Havok. Now, these are cutoffs. I'll try to be within, you know, 5 to 10%, so I always like to give a little buffer, a grind target to, you know, give yourself a little extra space, try to get away from that cutoff. So I'd say 54, 55 million is what you'll probably want to go for the 5-star feature Havok. You're going to want to look around 12 million, maybe even a little bit higher than that for the 4-star feature. 1.9 should be plenty for Yondu, and if you really want to make sure you don't mess him, go to 2 million. That should be good, but I definitely think 1.9 should work. And then I think 1.4 million as the 3-star feature Havok if you really want to get him. Don't try to get him out of those feature crystals that are available today, kind of thing. But anyway, these are my thoughts on the grind targets for the veterans brackets, similar to the cutoff predictions, where I think they'll actually land closer within 5 to 10%. When it comes to the earlier brackets, the beginner and intermediate, there's just not a ton of data. I do appreciate the time for folks who come and provide me their results. So based off of that, I think the 3-star feature, we're looking around 245 for the beginner's bracket. And again, the beginner's bracket means your account's been open within 1 to 30 days. I think for the 4-star basic Yondu, you're looking around 500,000, and for the 4-star feature Havok, you're looking at 900,000. For intermediate bracket, 3-star feature, looking around 550,000. For the 4-star basic Yondu, you're like 800,000, and for the 4-star feature Havok, around 1.4 million. And again, the intermediate beginner bracket, there's just not a ton of results to base these off of, so it's kind of a crapshoot. You know, you never really know what you're going to get. These are just, you know, occasional information that comes from the community and what these results are at. So just kind of keep in mind, if you really want them, grind as much as you can. So anyway, these are my thoughts for the round 1 cutoffs for the Havok and Yondu arenas. Would love to hear any difference of opinion or your thoughts where you think these cutoffs are going to be. Especially if you have any questions, throw it on down in the comment section. Be happy to answer them there. And other than that, if you like this video, we really appreciate it if you click that thumbs up button. If you like this and other videos on the channel, we'd really appreciate it. Subscribe. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and have a great day.